Okay.
this door. Once the door's shut, you can start.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be back in 25, 26
Okay, all
minutes.
right, I got you. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is International Reds Fashion Experience, and we back on the show. You understand me? Back at Big Back. And anyway, my show today is don't worry, be your own self. Don't worry what people think about what you do and what you are. If you have a unique style and you love it, that's what counts, regardless what people think. It's unique, you love it, and it's creative. You be your best self. Don't worry about what other people think, regardless of what it is. If you happen to go out one day, you understand me, because this happened to me before when I was younger. I was assured of myself, but I was always wanted to be a perfectionist when it came to dressing. So what happened is I went outside, and I was running around, and people, was saying, "Oh, you look nice, you look nice," and they would say, "Oh, those shoes don't go with that. Those shoes don't go with that." They were all right. They passed because everything was coordinated. It was just one pair of shoes that weren't really, on hit as it could have been. But I went and bought a pair of shoes to match the outfit more appropriately because I was worried about what other people thought. Don't let that affect you. However you come out, if you come out that day and it's not as perfected as it is the day before, you accept that and be your best self and don't let other people's opinion reflect on your ability and you worry about what they think because that's bad. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be, you're not going to be able to satisfy all the people that you see every day. Somebody's not going to like something about you. Then you got haters and people that are jealous that are not going to like what you do and how you look. So you do not dress or do nothing for nobody else. Because me, myself, I'm original. I lead the way. I don't follow nobody. I wear a pouch that people call a purse. And I do this, and I'm the only one to do this, that enhance my style with my thing. I incorporated this into my style, and this is what I do, you understand me? I lead the way in fashion. I don't follow nobody. I lead it. When it came to these flowers, when they first came out 10 years ago, it was a guy that was doing it, and it was only me and him. And we were doing it before the stores had put them out, before the stores came out with it. And I told him, man, you should have got your money for it because you came out with it first. And then I did it behind him. But it's all right to follow certain things from certain people, but don't follow a crew of people. When everybody start doing something and then you follow the bandwagon, no, you don't do that. I lead style, I don't follow. You understand? It's just like Smiley, my mentor that passed away, R.I.P. Smiley. He did some things that I did, I followed him on because you have mentors and people that you follow pursuit on, but you take a bit of something from them. You don't follow them totally. You don't be their characteristic. You don't follow them, you understand? I'm going to tell you why you don't do that. First of all, you understand me? You take a little bit of something from somebody, you take a little bit of something from somebody else, but you be your own original self. And the reason why you do that is, I've seen young people follow somebody else's style and try to be just like them, talk like them, walk like them, act like them. And you know what happens? The woman sees the original player that does that, original guy, original man that has that style that's really him, and she end up being with him. Because you trying to follow him and the broad see that. She said, why should I get a second-rate guy when I can get the original? Don't think they don't know when they see a carbon copy. And that's what you begin to be. You are a carbon copy when you follow somebody else. So that's why I'm always a leader in fashion. From way back in the day when I had my curtains in my car, yeah, people had curtains in their car before. I'm not saying that I came up with the idea, but there's only a few people and nobody that I've seen with them. So I came up with them in the 80s, and people in the 70s had them. I know a few friends of mine had them, but nobody recreated it in the 80s, came out with it. So I came out with it with the chandelier and the bar in the back. Nobody had that in their car. So I came up with some added attraction to that. And nobody had ever done that. And then I had curtains with the garter belts and all that real fancy, you know what I mean? I had something that had significant thing about it. When it was a whole buggy, it was a whole buggy, but when I put the garter belts, that hose actually hold in and put her garter belt on the thing. I had significant gimmicks that I had things I did that made me a step ahead of what a lot of people didn't understand what I was doing. But it was all in line of the game. Those were my gimmicks, those were my things that I did that made me famous, and that's my trademark. You see, so don't you go following somebody. When somebody does something, don't follow them. You do something your own. Because when you do what somebody else does and try to be like somebody, it don't work. And don't do it when you're older. I'm gonna tell you something that really looks bad. When you are older cat and you follow younger people, and you older and you follow them. You understand? And you following somebody younger than you, and you're following their style, their actions. No. When you get older, you're supposed to be a leader, not a follower. But I'm not saying a lot of people follow because they don't have the ability to lead. But I'm just saying, being a strong man and coming up, you got to be a leader, man. You don't follow. You don't want to. It's a lot of responsibility, and you got to have heart, and you got to have a lot of nerve in order to be a leader. It's not easy being a leader. And you got to have confidence and be assured of yourself. You can't be lacking in no kind of way with your ability to break out in green, pink, whatever color you want to wear and whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? You got to be assured of yourself to do it, and you can get away with it. But you got to have confidence. And that's a lot of things people don't have, the confidence. I remember a long time ago, a man moved next door to me when I was a youngster. My father, he was a leader. He had a car and he bought a house. Another merchant marine moved, got the same car he got, and got a house next door to him. The woman left the man because he was trying to be like my father. She didn't go to my father because he was with his queen and he was serving himself and he was doing his thing. And he was a happy man, he did what he did, but he was a leader. You understand? And this guy was a follower, and this woman wanted somebody that's sure. She wants to be with somebody that's original. You got to think of women that's sure of themselves, don't want nobody following somebody else. Because it looks like he's insecure and he has lack of ability. You know what I mean? Especially when you be a certain age. These people was young. They weren't really that old, but they were old enough to lead the way and be an example of the younger people. Because I've seen that, and it made me realize that I'm going to be a leader like my father was, not a follower. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't realize that when they're doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said when you come out and you wake up and you dress up and you be the best you can be, and you say, I'm satisfied with how I look when you step out the door, then don't worry about what nobody else says or what nobody else thinks. If somebody don't like the flower you wear, if they don't like the glasses you wear, if they don't like the color you have on, then just don't let it affect you. When they say they don't like it or don't look good or you look like this, don't let it affect you. If you happy, you dress and be your best for yourself. And other people will love it, and you'll be surprised how many people love it and follow what you like. You know? And I don't care how unique it might be. It could be unique as can be. It's like artwork. When you do it, it's like you painting a picture. It's something that you love to do. It's your creativity. It's something that you're doing that you do. If it's your enjoyment, then you do it. Don't worry about what other people think. That's a bad thing for people. That's what's wrong with the world. A lot of people be conventional. They all look the same. They all wear black and gray suits. They're scared to get out of the element. That's because they're scared to be their own unique self. Even when they get off work, these people, that's why I call them squares. Because back in the day when I was young, I didn't even affiliate with squares. They would see me dressing in pink, red, green, and only players wore those colors at the time. So they still identify players as wearing it now. But I'm saying that it was something unique. Entertainers and players did it. Entertainers did it too. But when they got off stage, they put their clothes up and put something regular on. But I'm saying, but players wore it all the time. They wore it when they woke up in the morning to when they went to bed at night. They stayed fly, you understand me? That was the way they did it. And that's how the game was. Women liked it, and it was something that they did, and it was what they did, and it was admired and liked. That was the era that they did it. Now that era is over and done, so now you see people wearing gray, with army colors of fatigues and all, but no, all that stuff. No, I don't wear. I don't wear jeans, jogging suits. I did it in the '90s. I did it because it was the thing to do, and it was a time for me to be comfortable because I was moving around, getting around, and I was, pursuing it. I didn't want to, I didn't want to be wearing suits because suits are very expensive to wear every day because they cost money to be clean. And I was running around like I said, I was more of a hustler in that time, to where I would put a suit on when I was pimping. When I wasn't pimping, I didn't wear suits. I would wear sweatsuits. And in the daytime, I wore a sweatsuit. But at night, when I went to the track, I put on a suit. As a matter of fact, I'd have a suit in the trunk of the car and change clothes in the middle at a gas station. I always had suits with me and dress up clothes. But the thing about it is, that's what I did. A lot of people didn't do that. They went on the track with jeans and tennis shoes and sweatsuits. Not me. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's a time and a place for everything, and people don't understand that. And them young people was doing the sweatsuits and all that, and the jeans. That's their thing. That's okay. But I come up in the '60s, man. I come up with the Ward Brothers. I come up, you understand me, back in the time where people were suited and booted. So I got to represent my era. Especially the older I get, the more I got to, the greater I got to be. You understand? That's what I do. You have to be great. The older you get, the greater you have to be. And that's what people don't understand. That's my philosophy. You understand? I don't do what nobody else tell me to do. I be me. And just like when I do my shows, I do them extemporaneously. And that's what people don't understand. I don't ask nobody to give me a script. You understand me? Give me something to paper to read off of. No, I do this stuff, like I say, instantaneously. You understand? And the reason why I do it like that is because it's natural the way I flow. It's natural the way I go. And that's why when I say things to people, it's what I mean and what I say from the experience that I have, you know. And getting back to like, don't worry, you know, be your original self and how you feel about what you do. If you're putting stuff together, say you're a dresser and you're an artist and you want to put stuff together, and you put things together and you have something that don't go with something. See, I have everything that go because I got years of accumulated clothing and accessories and all that, so I got it together. But when you don't have it together, you know what I mean? You might have something that don't go with something, and it's one piece of something. Just wear that one piece that don't go. Go with white. Go with a color that, you know, white or black or something like that. Depends on what's closest to what you're trying to put together. Don't sweat it. If you don't have that or you can't find that, don't sweat it. Do what you do and still go out there standing and strutting like a peacock. Don't let nothing hold you back. Be your best self and feel good and do good. Don't let one article or one something make you feel bad. Because like I said, when I bought those shoes that time, when a person said something about them, that's how shallow I was at that time. You know, where what people said and what people meant made something. I've been in that position before. Now I got so much confidence. I'm so swelling with confidence and assurance that it don't bother me now. You know, I'm 70 years old, you understand me? If I don't know it now, I'll never get it. You know, you get a certain age where you're doing, and you know what to do, and you can speak on it. You understand? Like I'm speaking on it now. Because what you have to realize is being your best self and being a king, you know, you have to act that way accordingly. You have to represent, you know. That goes along with treating women right, you know what I mean? And if you have a queen, you represent that queen. You go places with her. You be seen with her. You a team. When you have a queen, you are a team. And people don't understand that. You got people that have women that they don't never be with. You see them by themselves. They never be with their woman. They go everywhere and they never with their woman. They go by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's their thing. But I have a queen and we're a team, and that's why we shine bright, because we shine as for one another, you understand? And we enhance each other. So that's why I do that. I do what I do is the epitome of king and queen. And a lot of people don't understand that. And if they don't, it's okay. And the ones that love it, they love it to the fullest. You understand me? And they compliment us and give us all recognition. And that's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate it, you see, because I know I'm doing because what we do, what we feel is great and good for us. You know, I don't go around bragging and telling people I'm this and I'm that. No, I don't do that. I just be me. I be my best self. And I have a lot of haters, you know, people that hate, but it's okay. They just make me great because I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and be the best I can be. And if my circle is small, it's all right because I'm going to still stand tall. You understand? I'm at a small circle, but I'm going to still stand tall because I'm going to be the best I can be. You understand me? Because all I knew how to do is be victoriously. I'm going to be victoriously, you understand me? Because I'm going to win. When I wake up, I'm winning. You understand? Every day when I go to sleep, you understand what I'm saying? I had a great day. I'm victoriously. I appreciate that, you understand? Because, hey, I'm in good health. I can get around, man. And I got, like I said, I got a beautiful queen. That, you know, we enhance each other. We make our life better. You know what I mean? And like I say, I eliminate negative people hateful, jealous, people that complain. You know, people want to talk about other people and all that type of stuff. I eliminate that from my life, so I don't have that now. So I'm growing every day. I grow. I get better each and every day. I grow all the time. Every day I'm growing. I'm being a better person. And I do this, you understand me, because that's the way my life is. Like I said, I lead my life. I don't stress. I don't worry about what other people think. You know, I don't worry about them. You know what I mean? If they're in my life, and if they're not doing right, I don't let that interfere. you know, because I'm like this. I'm living for me and mine. You know what I mean? And I'm living my best life. And I'm glad that we're having these shows back on because every week I'm going to give you something. And once a month, me and my Queen Beverly will do shows that we'll do together. You know what I'm saying? Until we eventually start doing them regularly. But, you know, like I said, once a month, me and her do a show. You know, and before that, you know, I'm going to be doing my shows like I do now, these motivational shows to keep you motivated and keep you on point. Because like I said, you know, you got to get to a point in your life when you're young, you're trying to get the approval of other people, so you don't, you know, you got to listen to things and look at people that are winning. Like I said, look at the people that are winning. Don't look at the people that are going to jail, people that are always in trouble, getting kicked out of school, being rebellious. And all. No, you don't want to be around those people because those people in the future, they're going to end up in and out of jail. They're going to end up with bad relationship. They're going to end up on dope. They're going to end up in bad situations. You can avoid all that by following the pattern of people that are winning, people that you see winning in life. You know, I know when I was coming up, I always followed the winner. That's what kept me on point from the beginning. But the thing that sidetracked me, that got me caught up, was the drinking and drugs. If I hadn't drank and drugs, I knew what I was doing, then I would have been all the way on top of the world. I would have been rich like some of my friends that did what I did, but they didn't get high. And that was the key, not to drink or do drugs. And they didn't do that then, and they rich and they living out the country. And I knew the same things they knew what to do, but I got sidetracked with drugs and drinking. So when you get on the drugs and drinking, then you know the company you keep, people that are doing drugs and drinking, and that takes you off the positive element because those other people are living like squares, but you don't see them as a square. Because you high sign, you on the track, high signing, talking stuff, and trying to, you know, and clowning and doing all that type of stuff when you were under influence. When I stopped doing that, I got away from all that. I got away from people, friends. I got on the track and I got serious and didn't even associate with people. I got down for my woman, for women, and trying to come up. I was really on point, you know, and I wasn't out there clowning or none of that, man. I got on point and got respect and was on top of my game, you know. But all I had to do was eliminate drugs and drinking because that was holding me back. I knew what to do. I had knowledge because I talked to some of the greats when I turned out, like I said, in 67. From the gate, I was talking to great people that knew what to do and how they had it going on. A lot of them was on dope, and they had downfalls just like me. That's why I followed in their road, getting high, you know. But when I was messing with Sweet Roy, he didn't get high. He was having money and doing it right. He didn't get high. His high was dressing. And that's when I went back to my first mentor. When his thing was dressing, man, that man was immaculate every day. He was the best he could be, you understand me? And I admired him for that. You know what I'm saying? Because can't know any and everybody do that. That's an art and a joy in itself, you know? And so when you do it, and I do it every day, like the people I've seen coming up that was doing it every day. You know, it wasn't no sometime. Because we never worked, we didn't have to go to job. We didn't have to do nothing like that. See, when you have to go to work and you have a job, then you have to do that. That's your thing, working or whatever you're doing to make a living or whatever, you have to do that. And that has to be done. This is 2022. You have to be realistic about things. You're young. You got to go out there and be conservative and wear clothes to get along with society. You have to do that. Let's be realistic about that. I'm just one that didn't have to do it, and I'm not going to do it, and that's why I look the way I look, and I've been looking like this, because I never worked and never will. I stayed out of the conventional world. I didn't deal with it. Like 25 years ago before this, I wasn't even dealing with squares. I mean, like I said, I didn't have nothing to say to squares. I didn't even deal with them. You know what I mean? Only time I deal with them when I was hustling or selling slum or whatever. But I didn't indulge in dealing with those kind of people. I was in a fast life totally. And I didn't accept that. Then when I did accept it, I started being around politicians, people that are elevated doing the big things, you know what I mean, that were advanced in a high level. And that's when I got a second chance at a first class life, and I elevated and I got around squares, but I got around squares that were winning, that were on top of the world, driving Bentleys and wearing suits and being conservative. They were, but I still look like this. I still look like this, but I was able to get around them, get around the mayor, get around the city hall, and they knew who I was. They knew I was the flashiness, and I was the best dressed in town. Even Willie Brown give me the honors because, like I said, Smiley had the key to the city. He had his own thing on the ground. You know what I mean? And he was up there at Fifth Avenue. You know, and so he passed me the torch. So I got it from him. So I had a responsibility to keep the dressing game on, because famous Wayne, he was carrying the dressing torch over there, shining shoes. He's not here no more. Smiley's not here. A lot of these people, the Godfather, you understand me, in the Mission District, that had the dressing, he was the best dressed over there. All these best dressed guys that carried the best dressing are not here anymore. You know, there's very few. I can't even count the ones that are still doing it, because they're falling in between. You know, there's Clarence Brim downtown. He does it. He does it real good. There's a few, but only a handful that do it every day. He's one, and there's a few more. But other than him, I can't really speak on ones that's doing it consistently and regularly like it used to be. It used to be when I was in my office, it would be a handful of us that got around. Even Butch, he's not here anymore, rest in peace. All these people, rest in peace, they're not here doing it. You know, it's like the older cats that did it, the young people are not they're not catching the torch. You understand? The one guy I seen him, he comes out every now and then and dress up and he on dope, so he might wear that outfit 4 or 5 days and it'll be tore up. He ain't representing, because when you represent, you be clean every day, you change every day. It's what you do. And so I say to myself, I can't worry about what they doing or whatever. You know, all I can do is do it till I can't do it no more. And when I do it, I'm gonna do it the best of my ability. And that's all I can do, you understand? You don't tell people how to dress or what to do. Just like I don't tell a youngster about pulling their pants up no more. I tell them, that's your style, that's your coolness, that's your era. Just wear expensive stuff, because when it come down to it, you guys are wearing all these labels and all that. Don't wear imitation, wear the best. Wear good stuff, because that's gonna make you feel more confident and more real. You wear fake stuff, then you're gonna feel fake. You wear fake jewelry or whatever. Don't wear none at all if you gotta wear fake stuff. Wear the real or don't wear none, because then you're gonna be faking. With your activities and everything you do is gonna be fake. So whatever you do, wear real and be real. If you got one real ring, wear the one real ring instead of wearing a bunch of slum trying to imitate and be fake. Because when you be fake, your attitude, and you're lying, first of all. So that's gonna be fake. And then you're gonna be telling women lying, fake stuff. And it ain't gonna work, man. Don't lie, tell the truth, and be honest, and you will win in life. If you be honest and tell the truth. If you work in a job, get you a woman that's square and you be square. Don't tell her you this and you something else. If you're a hustler, if you're a player, ain't nothing wrong with being a player. If you're a player and you're playing for your money, tell them that. You know, if you're a pimp, tell them you're a pimp. If you hustle more than you pimp, then you're a player. And that's what you claim, being a player. Don't say you're a pimp and you this and talk all this talk. Tell her you're a player. Women respect being a player. She'll work with you, want to work with you. She'll know you slick, you got a slick background, so she'll want to be in your life because you in from the game. If she's from the game. See, game likes game, so if you're in the game and she in the game, you still go together. A player and a playerette, they go together. See, that nowadays I would advise you to do that. You understand? I advise you to be a player and a playerette, because the pimping and whoring is not going. You know, the women don't have the respect they had back when I was coming up, where they chose you because they respected you. The respect is not there, it's gone. These men are not respecting these women. You know, even the rap songs, they degrade women. They don't give them their props. The women are running around like Megan Thee Stallion and all of them, half naked, you know what I mean? They don't look like queens, you know what I'm saying? And the fellas are not acting like kings. They disrespecting women, cussing and doing all that. But they want to wear the crown. You know, they want to be called queen. No, you got to act like a queen in order to be respected like a queen. A king got to be respected. He got to act like a king and be respected. Using all that vulgarity, cussing and doing all that, that's not queenish. That's not kingish. You know, you got to look at the activity. You got to check yourself. You know, you got to be a smooth operator. You got to be classy, you understand me? And you got to be, you know, polished, class, and have finesse and style. You know, you got to have all that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, it's a lot that goes with you know, being in a certain position. You know, that's why I don't dress everybody as a king or everybody as a queen. I don't do it. You know, some people do it, they say it because it sounds good, but I don't do it because, you know, I look at it like I'm making the king and queen thing cheap. You know, and the people in Chicago, I got to give them a shout out. They representing not only Chicago, Ohio, and Detroit. They be representing, man, on that Facebook. they be dressing and doing it right, and that's the example they do, and they women, and they be with their women, and they have their women there, man. That's what I love about it, man. It's a team. It's a king and a queen, and it's a team, man, and that's how it's supposed to be. You understand? You got to love that. Don't hate it. You got to love it. But a lot of people hate it because they don't have it, and that's why they'll never get it. Because when you hate on something that's good, you ain't gonna never have it if you wanted it. And that's why you don't get it. See, me, before I had a queen, and long ago, that's what I wanted, and that was my desire, and I wasn't gonna do without it. I was gonna have the best, and I was gonna dress, and I was gonna be it, and I was gonna wait. I didn't rush into nothing else. I didn't accept no substitute. I wanted to wait for the real deal. And that's what I got, you understand me? But I got it because I deserved it. You got to deserve it. God's not going to bring you nothing that you don't deserve. If you don't deserve it and you ain't ready for it, God ain't going to bring it to you. God brings you what you're ready for and what he thinks you can have. And when you're ready, if you make the sacrifice and you wait and you do it out, and then he'll bring you the real one. If not, if you go and I say he was going to bring you the woman that you need, but you go and take a woman because you can't wait. You don't be by yourself. You ain't giving you time to know yourself and get yourself together and be happy enough within you so you can be ready for the right woman that you can be happy with. You see? He was going to bring you. He was going to get a God-sent person. God was going to send you a mate. But you didn't wait. So you went out there and found one on your own, and then you found one that was drama, all that stuff that you probably was trying to get away from, but you never really got that out of your mind, so you didn't really, you attracted to somebody that really was bad for you, and you ended up getting with them. And it worked for you, but it wasn't good. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to close my show, but I'm going to let you know that this is International Reds Fashion Experience, and my shows are coming back at you, and I'll start doing them once every week, and I'll have a show with my queen once a month, and I'll tell you that now. Ladies and gentlemen, International Reds Fashion Experience. All right, and I want you to know that we're going to have these inspirational segments. What I mean by that is I'll be able to, tell you things that I know that's on people's mind, things that people in general ask me or talk to me about it. I can't do the question and answer thing here because I'm not sure about it, but when I see you out in public or when I hear things people say or questions or things that's on people's mind, I will answer the questions, you see, whether they're positive or negative. I will answer them and give you my wisdom about it, about different if it's about the fast life or it's about life itself. Anything that you ask me, any questions, I'll let you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll let that be the conclusion for the Fashion Red experience. Like I said, when it comes to dressing, I'm not going to tell you how to dress. I'm going to give you advice because I dress like this because this is what I like. This is my style. I don't advise you to do this. I'm the only one that does this, and I don't expect no one else to do it. And I'm not trying to impress people. That's just me. But what I am telling you to do is be clean, wear clean underwear. If you're going to wear your underwear and be showing, wear expensive underwear. Don't wear no underwear that's got cheap labels on it. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. All right, so how you turn it off?
I'll do it.
Oh, okay. All right, bye now. Okay, go on.